The creative world is undoubtedly changing. New technologies are creating new workflows, and emerging softwares are challenging the old guard. The desires and expectations of our audiences and clients are shifting too. So what does that mean for video and motion designers going into 2026? Well, we here at Envato have crunched the numbers, read all the articles and listened to all the podcasts, and here is our forecast for what to look out for this year in video. We are on the verge of an industry-wide click moment with AI adoption. That is, a moment where it becomes clear what it's good for, what it's not good for, and how it's actually going to change our day-to-day life as creatives. Our recent AI and creativity report confirmed that over half the world's creatives are using some AI tool daily. So this is looking more like a trend that's going to stick. In 2026, we will see an increase in using AI for post-effects. Tools like VideoGen are already being used in professional VFX and editing pipelines. Pros are generating everything from backplates to stock assets for B-roll and even changing the lighting post-shoot. It's becoming popular to spec out ideas with AI first before including the best in the final product. While it's not always perfect, in some cases it's getting hard to tell what's AI and what's CGI. Just check out this example from Mathematic. So our post-production toolbox is expanding, but so is our pre-production. Node-based platforms are popping up every week. These types of softwares allow the granular, non-destructive, and precise AI production creatives have been asking for, and there are glimpses of what a decent, fully AI ad could look like. The people to watch over the next year will be the indie filmmakers, those who previously didn't have the budget, but they have the brilliant storytelling skills and an ability to direct. These guys will show the rest of us how to intelligently incorporate AI in ways that don't feel like slop. One immediate example of this leads me into our next trend, hallucination as aesthetic. Take, for example, this film by Masaki Mizuno. Mizuno has always been fascinated by noise and has used this film to explore what that might look like in the age of AI, mixing live-action footage with an impressive post-production AI setup. There has been a big push to get AI to look as real as possible, but I think in 2026 we're going to pump the brakes on that idea. After all, audiences either want to trust in what they're seeing or be entertained, and the absurd and the weird is, well, entertaining. And if AI that is meant to be trustworthy is done badly, it can backfire or at the very least appear a bit cheap and gimmicky. But AI filming that leans into its AI-ness, that promotes the facts of its strangeness as a feature rather than something to hide, can be show-stopping. And as adoption and creation of tools increase, we will only discover more quirky AI illusions to lean into. On the flip side of all this is a reinforcement of the real. Already we have been seeing an increase in cinematic, narrative-driven brand films that emphasize the humanness of its production. We are seeing a lot of footage from camcorders, film, and even phone cameras in major campaigns to prove authenticity and rawness. In 2026, brands and filmmakers will take this a step further by bringing back documentary storytelling. Audiences want stories of a real person in a small corner of the earth, a story with context and transparency that's entirely singular. Like this cute spot from Small Batch Perfumery Fern about roadside apple varieties. Brands will take a step back, let the stories do the work, and elicit the phrase, "Oh my god, this was an ad?" from all of us who scroll across it, all while fitting seamlessly within a dense and draining advertising space on socials. Now, the more motion graphics side of this coin is a showcasing of craft. The animation process has for decades been speeding up with technological developments, but now we are seeing brands and creators value the slow roots of craft again. Frame by frame, mixed media, and stop motion are all art forms that emphasize the human hand and take a lot of time to complete, which is basically the antithesis of AI's promise. Hermès, the French luxury fashion house, for example, has been almost exclusively using small artists and animators to fill their Instagram feed, aligning themselves with artisanal craft through artisan-made ads. Craft is now a luxury commodity that big brands will want to associate themselves with, and I don't think that's something that's going to let up this year. Now, to create scroll-stopping moments in an age of content overload, we need out of the ordinary, sublime, or surreal. And the last few years, we've seen a huge surge in fake out-of-home advertising and 3D billboards. And in 2026, I think savvy brands will create real-world stunts again to join the physical and digital experiences and connect with customers directly. For example, Apple TV made huge waves online and in real life last year with the leading cast of Severance stuck in a glass office in New York's Grand Central Station. These moments will need to be captured for those of us who don't pass through Grand Central Station every day, for instance, so video makers are going to have an important role to play here too, to tell that story online again with gravitas. And finally, to wrap up, our last prediction for this year will be even more generative motion effects. Last year, we saw a few huge visual trends driven by the rising popularity of cavalry, plus more motioners exploring creative coding and interactive tools like Rive. We are surrounded by tech brands, and they are always looking for new ways to visualize tech that feels familiar but futuristic and stands out from the rest. Buck's mind-blowing spot for Coinbase brought ASCII effects back into fashion, and it seemed tracery effects were layered through every sports or fashion brand commercial. As the technology gets increasingly futuristic, some brands will lean into nostalgia of old tech to warm up their audience, and I think these glitchy, coded moments will serve that aim really well. Plus, as the web gets more immersive, interactive animation engages. With software like Rive and AI making the barrier to learning custom coding a little bit lower, interactive animations are within reach more than ever. There are all sorts of ways to animate and create motion these days, so it really is an exciting time to be in this industry. So, what do you think about the forecast? Is there something that you think we've missed? Are you going to be knuckling down into learning AI or cavalry now? Let me know in the comments because I'd love to see what you think the future of video is going to look like. And if you want more of what's coming up in 2026, then jump onto the Envato blog to check out all of our creative trend predictions. Thanks for watching and have a great year.